evening, lovely viewers, and welcome to the Voice of UPSA News Network, coming to you live from our campus studios. My name is Michaellina Obeng.
And I'm Agyen Oheneba. This news is proudly brought to you by Laundryville. Stay fresh, look fresh.
Now the headlines. Vice Chancellor Professor John Mawuto meets 10 and TESCON leaders to foster unity and collaboration.
New SRC executives sworn in at UPSA to usher in a new era of student leadership.
Law Students Union selects new executive for the 2025-2026 academic year.
The 2025-2026 executive elections of the Association of Business Administrators (ABAS) has begun.
High causes of road accidents in Ghana and the way forward. Now the news in details. In a bold move to promote peace and unity on campus, the Vice Chancellor of the University of Professional Studies, Professor John Mawuto, has met with the executive of both 10 and TESCON, the student wings of Ghana's two major political parties, the NDC and the MPP.
This unprecedented engagement brought student leaders together in the spirit of bipartisan cooperation, fostering open dialogue and collaboration. Professor John Mawuto emphasized the importance of unity, urging students to prioritize the interest of the university community over political division.
He encouraged 10 and TESCON to join forces on academic, social, and community initiatives, stating such partnership would enhance leadership experiences and benefit the student body. Both groups welcomed the initiative and pledged commitment to peaceful engagement.
A new chapter has begun in UPSA student governance as the SLC executives for the 2025-2026 year were officially sworn in on April 15, 2025.
The event was marked by enthusiasm, purpose, and a spirit of service. The new SRC president, in his address, thanked students for their trust, while the outgoing executives were acknowledged for their service. The transition was smooth, democratic, and reflective of students' unity.
The Law Students Union (LSU) elections held on April 17th displayed true democratic values.
In a tightly contested race, Bernard Kweku Owusu and Josette Osei-Mensah emerged victorious with 341 votes, narrowly defeating their rival. Loretta Seriam secured the General Secretary position with 474 votes, while Prosper Jendiba was selected as Treasurer and Dillis Lucina Otubia was Organizing Secretary.
The LSU looks forward to a new era of unity and student-focused initiatives under the leadership of President-elect Owusu and his team.
Now moving on to ABAS election reflex. The Association of Business Administration Students, ABAS, held one of its most exciting elections in recent years on April 17th with overall 2,400 votes cast.
On this same story, Samuel Kwatinapia was elected president with 57.7% of the vote. His vice, Isaac Osafu Jr., won with 1,560 votes, while Fortune Kamafo narrowly beat his opponent for the Programs and Press coordinator role.
Several candidates ran unopposed but received overwhelming support. A resounding vote of confidence in the incoming leadership. ABAS now enters a new era, promising inclusivity and student-centered progress.
Moving on to our next story is one of the troubling and appalling issues at hand in the nation as of now. Road accidents as a national crisis. Road accidents remain a major public health concern in Ghana. Overspeeding, drunk driving, poor road conditions, and weak law enforcement are key contributors.
Same on these road accidents, drivers' fatigue, faulty vehicles, poor road signage, and pedestrians' indiscipline only adds to the crisis. Experts are calling for stricter enforcement, public education, and improved road infrastructure.
In as much as government is fixing roads and then street lights, we shouldn't forget the fact that public education should be also encouraged to educate the drivers out there on the necessary road signs and everything, just to curb the issue of road accidents.
And this is to all the drivers out there. Please do not drink and drive.
Yes. To make our roads safer, Ghana needs a coordinated effort between government agencies, civil society, and the general public as a whole.
Now that is it for today.
So there you have it, viewers. That is it. Up next is sports. Now, in the world of sports, we hand over to Thompson Opari.
Good evening once again. My name is Thompson Opari, and I'll be taking you through some sporting activities that happened over the weekend. Now, in the Champions League, Aston Villa welcomed Paris Saint-Germain to the Villa Park. You know, in the first leg, Aston Villa lost by 3-1, so they were looking for a comeback. But that comeback didn't happen. So they lost on aggregate by 5-4. Elsewhere at the Signal Iduna Park, where Borussia Dortmund welcomed Barcelona. Remember, in the first leg, Barcelona scored Borussia Dortmund by 4-0. So they were looking for a comeback. Now that didn't happen. Borussia Dortmund, although won the game by 3-1, they lost on aggregate by 5-3. Now at the Santiago Bernabeu, where Real Madrid welcomed Arsenal. Prior to the match, we were all hearing comeback from their players, to their coaches, to their social media pages, to their ex-players. All of them were saying comeback. I don't know whether they are using their aura to scare Arsenal. Now, even the day before the match, their social media handle on Twitter posted that 90 minutes at the Bernabeu is very long. But Arsenal proved to them that they are considered as one of the best teams in England. They beat Real Madrid by 2-1 and won on aggregate by 5-1, which helped them inch a place in the semi-finals. In the other matches, Inter Milan drew 2-2 with Bayern Munich, but won on aggregate by 4-3. Moving on to the Europa League, Manchester United did one of the greatest comebacks in football. They beat Lyon by 5-4 in extra time. Now, Manchester United were leading by 2-0 in the first half, and Lyon equalized all the 2 goals and sent this match into extra time. In extra time, Lyon scored 2 more goals, making it 4-2. But Manchester United never say never. They never gave up and came to equalize all the 2 goals and even added 1 goal, making it 5-4 against Lyon. Now the question we are all asking, Lyon, Omabuana, because looking at Manchester United, you know that they haven't been in their best form this season. Tottenham Hotspur beat Frankfurt by 1-0, helping them book a place in the semi-finals of the Europa League. Bodo Glimt also beat Lazio on penalties, making them the first Norwegian team ever to book a place in the semi-final of a major European league. Now, Athletic Club also beats Celtic by 2-0. In the Bundesliga, Bayern Munich scored Heidenheim by 4-0, and Leverkusen drew 1-1 with St. Pauli, which now means that Bayern Munich are an edge closer to the Bundesliga title, which will make it Hurricanes' first ever trophy in his life. In the English Premier League, Liverpool won by 1-0, and Arsenal also won by 4-0 against Ipswich, which means that Liverpool's title celebration would be postponed to next week. In La Liga, Real Madrid was about to play a goalless draw, but Fede Valverde came in the 95th minute and scored a superb goal. That goal was, I think, it will be one of the contenders for the Puskas Award. I'm sure. Back to the English Premier League. Leicester City have been relegated. They'll be joining Southampton to the Championship. And Burnley and Leeds United are back to the Premier League. Now the question is, would they be able to maintain, or would they also go back as Southampton, Leicester City and Ipswich are heading back to Championship after they were promoted in this season? That is all for sports news. My name is Thompson of Parimeshak, and I'll be handing over to the news team.
There you have it, viewers. That is all for sports news with Thompson Meshach Opari.
And that is all for today's news bulletin on the Voice of UPSA News Network, proudly sponsored by Land Review. My name is Michaellina Sabbah.
And I'm Agyen Oheneba Obeng. You can follow us on all social media handles. You can like, share, repost our post and comment. Let us know what you think about our news network.
Voice of UPSA.
Stay informed.
Stay ahead. Have a good evening.